What if the quietest episode of the week is actually the one that changes everything? On Monday, April 27th, Days of Our Lives may not begin with one massive explosion. Instead, it may open with small choices, hidden motives, and dangerous conversations that slowly push Salem toward chaos. A surprise return, a painful rejection, a risky deal, a carefully placed trap. Each moment may seem separate at first, but together, they could set the stage for a much bigger disaster. So let's break down what's coming on Monday, because in Salem, the smallest move can become the twist no one saw coming. Let's start with the moment that could quietly blow up Alex Kuryaki's entire future: Joy Wesley's return. Joy coming back to Salem already feels loaded, but the fact that she appears to go straight toward Alex makes it even more suspicious. This does not feel like a casual visit. It feels like someone walking in with a truth she has been carrying for too long, and now, for whatever reason, she can no longer keep it buried. The biggest possibility, of course, is the baby. If Joy tells Alex that he is a father, then this is not just another romantic complication. This is the kind of revelation that changes the shape of his life instantly. Alex has been trying to build something steady with Stephanie, and for the first time in a while, it has looked like he might actually want a future that is not driven by impulse, ego, or chaos. But Joy's arrival could drag him back into a past decision with very real consequences. And the strange part is this: Joy does not seem to arrive with the baby. That detail makes the whole situation more mysterious. Where is the child? Is someone else caring for the baby? Has Joy been raising the baby alone? Did Nancy or Chloe know the truth? Or has Joy been hiding this from everyone until the pressure finally became too much? The timing is what makes this so dangerous. If Joy knew Alex was the father, why come back now? Did something happen? Does she need help? Is there a medical issue, a custody problem, or a family secret forcing her hand? Or is she returning because she sees Alex moving forward with Stephanie and realizes this may be her last chance to speak before his life gets even more settled? For Alex, this could become a painful emotional test. He may want to do the right thing, but doing the right thing could still hurt Stephanie. And for Stephanie, the betrayal may not be that Joy had his baby. The deeper wound may be realizing that her future with Alex was never as simple as she wanted to believe. This is why Joy's surprise could be more than a shock. It could be the first crack in a relationship that was already standing on unstable ground. After that heavy setup, Monday seems to give us something that sounds much lighter: Stephanie and Brady in a friendly competition. At first, this spoiler feels almost random. Stephanie and Brady are not a pairing viewers usually expect in a playful rivalry, which is exactly why the scene deserves attention. Sometimes, the scenes that look harmless are actually there to show us where a character stands emotionally before everything shifts. Stephanie may be laughing, competing, teasing, or trying to enjoy a normal moment. But that lightness could be the point. If Joy is about to return with news that shakes Alex's world, then Stephanie's carefree energy becomes a sharp contrast. It shows the audience what she is about to lose, not necessarily Alex himself, but the sense of control she thought she had. There is also a practical possibility here. The competition could connect to the shooting range, especially with Steve's world often tied to training, danger, and protective instincts. If Stephanie is involved in that kind of setting, the scene may not just be playful. It could remind us that she is not fragile. She is focused. She is competitive. She can push back when she needs to. And that matters, because Stephanie may soon be forced into an emotional fight she never asked for. If Joy's news reaches her, Stephanie will have to decide whether this is something she can accept or something that changes the relationship completely. A baby would not simply bring another woman into Alex's orbit. It would bring permanent responsibility, divided attention, and a future Stephanie did not choose for herself. That is why this friendly competition may do more than fill time. It may place Stephanie in a confident, independent light right before the story asks a much harder question. When Alex's past returns with a life-changing surprise, will Stephanie fight for the relationship, or finally protect herself? Now let's turn to Ari Horton and Liam Sellico, because their storyline may look like young romance on the surface, but the emotional tension is more complicated than that. Ari makes a move, and Liam rejects her again. That kind of rejection can sting, especially when Ari likely feels there is something real between them. She may see Liam's distance as mixed signals. One moment, he seems connected to her. The next, he pushes her away. And when someone keeps closing the door without explaining why, it does not feel protective. It feels personal, but Liam may not be acting from a lack of feeling. He may be acting from fear. Liam seems like someone who understands that trouble is never far behind him. Whether it is because of his own choices, his past, or the dangerous world around him, he may believe getting close to Ari would only put her at risk. In his mind, rejecting her might be the safest option. He may think he is doing the noble thing by keeping her away before she gets pulled into something she cannot control. The problem is that Ari cannot read his mind. If Liam only gives her cold answers, she may not see sacrifice. She may see embarrassment, rejection, or emotional games. That misunderstanding could push her into exactly the wrong reaction. She might challenge him, follow him, confront someone else, or make a reckless move just to prove she is not scared. Liam may be trying to protect Ari from danger, but secrecy has a way of creating danger in Salem. The less he tells her, the more she may want answers. The more he pushes her away, the more determined she may become to get close. So Monday's rejection may not be the end of anything. It may be the spark. Because if Liam does care about Ari, then his silence could become the one mistake that puts her directly in the path of the trouble he was trying to avoid. Now we move to the most calculated part of Monday's episode, Sophia baiting Holly. This is not just another teenage confrontation. With Sophia, the danger is always in the setup. She knows how to say the right thing at the wrong moment, how to twist someone's pain, and how to create a scene where the other person looks like the problem. That is what makes Holly such a vulnerable target. Holly already has history, emotion, and anger tied to Sophia. So if Sophia wants a reaction, she does not need to push very hard. One cruel comment, one smug look, one carefully chosen reminder about Tate could be enough to make Holly snap. And once that happens, Sophia can step back and let everyone else judge what they think they saw. The smartest part of Sophia's manipulation is that she rarely needs to prove anything. She only needs to plant doubt. She has already told Tate that Holly wished she was dead, which is a brutal claim because it puts Holly in a defensive position before she even gets to explain herself. If Sophia repeats that kind of emotional accusation, or uses it to provoke Holly face to face, then Holly may end up fighting not only Sophia, but also the version of the story Sophia has already created. And that is where Tate becomes important. Tate warned Sophia to stay away from Holly, but Sophia may treat that warning like a challenge. If Holly reacts badly, Tate could be pulled into the middle. Does he believe Holly's anger is justified? Does he see Sophia's manipulation clearly? Or does Sophia manage to make herself look wounded enough that Tate starts questioning what really happened? Sophia does not need Holly to be guilty. She only needs Holly to look guilty for a few seconds. In Salem, a few seconds can destroy trust, damage relationships, and give a manipulator exactly the opening she needs. What makes this even more unsettling is Sophia's connection to Kristen DiMera. While Sophia waits for the next move in that much larger plan, she may still be creating chaos on her own. And that chaos could serve a purpose. If everyone is focused on Holly losing control, they may miss the darker game Sophia is helping Kristen play. So Monday's Holly and Sophia clash may look personal, but it could be strategic. This may not be about one insult or one argument. It may be about Sophia building a public image where she appears fragile, Holly appears unstable, and Tate is left doubting the people around him. If Holly takes the bait, Sophia may not just win the moment. She may win control of the narrative. Finally, Monday brings a major step for Gabby Hernandez and Philip Kyriakis, as Gabby accepts Philip's proposal involving Gabby Chic. At first glance, this looks like a smart move for both of them. Gabby gets a new opportunity to strengthen her brand, and Philip gets someone ambitious, bold, and business-minded on his side. Gabby Chic is not just a company to Gabby. It is part of her identity. It represents power, survival, reinvention, and the version of herself she always fights to protect. So Philip's offer is not small. It gives Gabby a chance to rebuild momentum. It also gives Philip a chance to prove that he sees her as more than a romantic partner. He sees her as a force. But that is exactly why this decision is risky. When business and romance are tied together, every disagreement becomes heavier. A professional mistake can feel like a personal betrayal. A private argument can spill into a business decision. And when money, pride, and ambition enter the relationship, the romance no longer exists in a protected space. For Gabby, the temptation is obvious. She is not someone who likes to stand still. If there is a chance to gain influence, expand her reach, or secure her future, she will take it. That confidence is part of what makes her compelling. But it is also what makes her dangerous, because Gabby does not always separate opportunity from strategy. Philip may believe this offer brings them closer. Gabby may see it as both a partnership and a power move. That difference could matter later. If Philip expects loyalty and transparency, he may be disappointed when he realizes Gabby plays business with sharp edges. And if Gabby feels Philip is trying to control the direction of Gabby Chic, she will not stay quiet. Their chemistry may be strong, but chemistry does not automatically survive pressure. Sometimes it makes the pressure worse, because every fight carries both emotional and professional consequences. There is also the bigger question of timing. Why is this offer happening now, when so many Salem relationships are already under strain? That suggests the deal may not stay clean for long. A business proposal could become a loyalty test. A romantic partnership could turn into a power struggle. And if secrets around Titan, money, or past sabotage begin to surface, Gabby and Philip may find themselves standing on opposite sides of the same disaster. So Gabby accepting Philip's offer may look like progress, but it could be the beginning of a much messier chapter. Because in Salem, a deal is rarely just a deal. And for Gabby and Philip, this one could blur every line they should have kept separate. So Monday's Days of Our Lives may not begin the week with one massive disaster. Instead, it seems to place several dangerous pieces on the board. Joy may be carrying news that changes Alex's life. Stephanie may be enjoying one last light moment before emotional pressure crashes in. Ari may mistake Liam's fear for rejection. Holly may be walking straight into Sophia's trap. And Gabby may be stepping into a business arrangement that could either revive her future or destroy her romance with Philip. That is what makes this episode so interesting. Every storyline has a surface version, and then a much more dangerous version hiding underneath. But which twist will hit Salem hardest first? Joy's surprise? Sophia's manipulation? Or Gabby and Philip mixing love with business? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Days of Our Lives spoilers, breakdowns, and dramatic previews.